Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is Charles Coachman, and this is Bay Area Let's Talk Music. Bay Area Let's Talk Music. And after a long weekend, I hope everyone is doing well. We did get on Saturday night and popped on for a few minutes and talk about what we had missed over the last few days. So I'm just going to cover Sunday and then today. What's happening in music on this date, whose birthdays it is, or has been, or were, and then events that have happened this day in history for Sunday and today. So we're just going to make it a short show. We're not going to be here on Wednesday, but we will be back on Friday, and we'll talk about one of the bands that I have loved over the years. And haven't decided who that's going to be. We're thinking about possibly the Rascals or the New Rascals or the Young Rascals. Whoever these Rascals are, we're going to talk about them. All right. If you are interested in looking at some of our videos and some of the music that we've posted, you can go to the Soundtrack of My Life Facebook page, Soundtrack of My Life Facebook page, and find that there. And then again, I am Charles Coachman. You can find me. You can give us a call or text at 408-439-0766. You can email me at bayarealetstalk@gmail.com, bayarealetstalk@gmail.com, or you can find us on our Facebook pages. You can go to Bay Area Let's Talk Music as one of our Facebook pages, or Charles Coachman. You can also find me on Google. You can find me on YouTube under Bay Area Let's Talk, actually under Charles Coachman there, and you can find us with that. All right, take a quick look up here real fast. Mark Rodriguez, hey, Mark Rodriguez. And then Scott Ricard. And then, hey, Charles and Mark. Hey, Scott, how you doing? Scott and Mark, so glad to see you guys here. I'm only going to be here for a few minutes, go over this music real quickly, but I also want to talk about some of the programs that we are using, and I want to make sure I got that done real quickly. If I can do that real quickly, let's see if we can do that. Please. Grow Live Academy, www.Grow Live Academy. That's a Ken Walls company. If you'd like to check that out, please do. Check it out. If you want to learn how to go live, check out the Grow Live Academy. And Ken has put together a marvelous program. Check it out. And then StreamYard.com, that's a platform that we're using to go live with right now. It's a terrific program. Check that out. And then Hippo Video, hippovideo.com. And I've got IO on there, and that's a mistake. But hippovideo.com, check that out. And if you want to learn about StreamYard and Hippo Video, they are covered in depth on the Grow Live Academy. So check it out. Have Ken show you how to use that platform and utilize it. All right. Now, want to get right into, let's see what we can do here. Let's get into birthdays. Let's take a quick look at that. Birthdays. See if I can open up the book and figure this out. You know, there was a big birthday yesterday, actually August 1st. And one of the guys that was a pioneer for the San Francisco music sound, and that was Jerry Garcia of the Grateful Dead. Jerry Garcia, born in 1942 on August 1st. Happy heavenly birthday, Jerry Garcia. Put out some unreal music. And of course, there are still deadheads out there. They go out and follow these guys around no matter where they're playing. Now, they have got, obviously, since Jerry passed away, and I believe he passed away in 1995, they have got parts of the band that still go out and play. And they have been doing this for many years now. And they still go out. So if you've got a chance to check them out, please do. They usually have a few guest musicians that take part in the band, and they're excellent. So check it out. So Jerry Garcia. happy birthday to you. Joe Elliott, vocalist of Def Leppard, and they put out some terrific songs. They are now part of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Joe Elliott was born on August 1st, 1959. So they had some huge albums, and one of the biggest ones was Hysteria. So check them out. 1963, Artis Ivy Jr. Artis Ivy Jr. was born. Who the heck is that? Well, he is better known as Coolio. So even an old man like myself can remember Gangsta's Paradise. So, Coolio, happy birthday to you. On this date, August 2nd, born in 1937, Garth Hudson, organ player for the band. Now, each one of the members of the band were awesome. So, if you got a chance, check out Garth. Check out the entire band, but each one of them could play terrifically on their instrument of choice, and all could sing. They were one of the best bands going. So, Garth, happy birthday to you. Let's see, 1941, Doris Coley. She was a vocalist with the Shirelles, who had a 1961 hit with Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? And unfortunately, she died on February 5th, 2000. So, Doris Coley, happy heavenly birthday to you. And in 1951, this is a guy that was kind of underrated, but he was a good songwriter. He was also a part of Linda Ronstadt's band off and on for many years, and that is Andrew Gold. Andrew Gold. He had a huge hit with Lonely Boy, and then had another hit called Bridge to Your Heart. But his biggest hit, and a lot of people don't know he was the one that sang it and the one that wrote it, but you'll find it on the Golden Girls. Thank You for Being a Friend. That was an Andrew Gold song. And Andrew Gold, he passed away a few years back. So Andrew Gold, happy heavenly birthday to you. Now, going back to this day in music, and we'll just call it this week in music, 1960, Aretha Franklin made her first recordings for CBS Records. You know what? Anybody that signed Aretha Franklin, they were doing well. Because the Queen of Soul, she was the best. 1963, the Beatles. The Beatles Monthly was published. The first time that it was published. And it was published up until 1969. It was selling, they sold 350,000 copies a month. 350,000 copies of the Beatles Monthly. I think they did okay. And so they had it going for 5 years or for 6 years. Terrific deal. 1964, and this one I didn't know. Now, I've heard of this fellow as being a rock pioneer, but Johnny Burnett was killed in a boating accident in Clear Lake, California. Now, that is about 100 miles from here, 100 miles from San Jose, and it's a huge lake, Clear Lake, California, and it's where a lot of the fires have been over the last few years. But he died out on Clear Lake, and one of his big hits was You're 16, which Ringo Starr later recorded. 1964, the Beatles scored their fifth U.S. number one single in 7 months with A Hard Day's Night. And that was in 1964. 5, count them, 5 number one hits in 7 months. Incredible. And the group had now spent 17 weeks at the number one position. 17 weeks at the number one position with 5 different records. 1969, the 3-day Atlantic City Pop Festival took place with B.B. King, Janis Joplin, Santana, Joni Mitchell, Three Dog Night, Dr. John, Procol Harum, Arthur Brown, Little Richard, and Canned Heat. Tickets were $13. 1969. What a hell of a concert was that? You didn't have to go to Woodstock, just go to Atlantic City. And then the concert for Bangladesh took place in 1971. That was the George Harrison concert. And it was terrific. Terrific. Organized by George Harrison for the victims of famine and war in Bangladesh. Also playing were Bob Dylan, Ringo Starr, Billy Preston, Eric Clapton, Ravi Shankar, and members of Badfinger. George Harrison, you were a good man. God bless you. 1971, the Sonny and Cher Comedy Hour went to prime time. I believe it was Sunday nights, if I'm not mistaken, 1971. 1980, Def Leppard made their U.S. live debut, and they appeared at New York City concert opening for AC/DC. Opening for AC/DC, not a bad gig. 1987, Los Lobos. Los Lobos was at number 1 on the UK singles chart with the Richie Valens song La Bamba, which also was a number 1 hit in the US. The song was the title track from the film based on Richie Valens, who died in the same plane crash that took the lives of Buddy Holly and the Big Bopper. So, 1987, Los Lobos, their biggest hit. In 1987, MTV Europe was launched. The first video played was Money for Nothing by Dire Straits. Now, we didn't cover this, and I don't know why it's not mentioned here, but in 1981, that was huge, huge. 1981 on August 1st, MTV first hit the air. First hit the air. Now, I was thinking I would list out their first 40 or 50 videos. Can't do it. Throat's a little bit too sore. But they did something outrageous. They changed the music world, as far as I'm concerned. Changed everything. It gave us an opportunity, gave us people sitting at home an opportunity to watch music videos. And some got to watch it endlessly. Endlessly. Now, their platform changed many times over the years and is nothing like the original MTV. But you know what? 40 years ago, they made news with the big blast off, MTV. So, awesome. MTV, happy 40th birthday. All right. 2000, Liverpool music store Rushworth and Dreeper closed down after 140 years. The store had become famous after supplying the Beatles and other Liverpool groups with musical instruments. It's pretty sad when a company goes down, but especially a company with that much history. So, a sad day in 2000. All right, let's take a look on this date, August 2nd, 1957. Elvis Presley. The Elvis Presley fan club was launched in the UK. You know what? Back in the day, 1957, there just wasn't a bigger star. Elvis Presley. And everybody wanted him. All right, 1960, Johnny Kidd and the Pirates were at number 1 on the UK singles, was shaken all over. It was their only UK number 1. That was in 1960. In 1971, Creedence Clearwater Revival kicked off a 10-date U.S. tour at the Assembly Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. 1973, the Mamas and the Papas filed a lawsuit against their record label Dunhill for $9 million in unpaid royalties. They were not going to be ripped off. The days of the music companies ripping folks off was over. So they thought. In 1975, the Eagles went to number 1 on the U.S. singles chart with One of These Nights. Man, what a great song. One of These Nights. The group's second U.S. number 1 single and the first to chart in the U.K. where it went to number 23. In 1986, now this was a big song, and this was also a great video on MTV. Chris de Burgh was at number 1 in the UK with The Lady in Red. It was the number 1 after 24 single releases. Number 1 for Chris de Burgh. And it was a great song. I loved it. I can love a ballad. It was really good. In 1998, Mojo Magazine published the results from a nationwide survey asking, who is your favorite recording artist of all time? This was 1998. 5th place, Elton John. 4th place, Queen. 3rd place, Frank Sinatra. 2nd, Elvis Presley. And number 1, the Beatles. Doesn't get much better than that. But I am going to end with this. 2001. This was before Katrina. 2001, New Orleans International Airport was renamed the Louis Armstrong Airport in honor of the legendary jazz musician. You know what? It doesn't get much better than that. This guy was the face of New Orleans and their music scene. So, cheers, New Orleans. You did a good thing. Now, there's a lot of things I don't like about New Orleans, and they're in the news today big time. But honoring Louis Armstrong, it doesn't get much better than that. So, say hello, Dolly. Everyone, have a great day. Music on, world off. Have a great day. I look forward to seeing you on Friday, and we're going to talk about one of the greatest groups of all time in rock and roll. Take care. God bless.